Hi guys, so as promised, I'm going to kind of walk you through completing one of the assignments on here. Mostly, more than anything, it's giving you some maybe strategies and little hints and clues as to how to read the questions, understand them, and answer them the best way possible. So what I've done is I've created a student account, so I can actually log in here and show you exactly what you are going to be seeing or what you did see already. So I'm going to go in and to this assignment, which it's you've already done, or the majority of you have already done, Jabari Unmasked. I think it's one of the more difficult ones, maybe simply because it is poetry and sometimes that's a little challenging. But I'm going to give you some hints and clues to use. And also, obviously, if you're watching this video, then you guys have an advantage because, well, you're going to get the right answers for that assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here. Now, if you notice, it says resume assignment because I've actually already completed the assignment. And what I did is I returned it to myself. So basically, if you were to redo the assignment, this is what you would see when I return it to you. Okay, so I've already read it, like I said. So if you notice, there's no more guiding questions. You guys have the guiding questions when you read it the first time. The other thing I want to just kind of point out is you want to read this information in this box here. It gives you some information about the author. It also tells you a little bit about the poem itself, sometimes about the structure. Sorry guys, I'm moving a little bit here, but I'm recording with my phone. Sorry about that. So this information comes in handy as well. Okay, and as you see here, it says as you read, take notes on the essential question in your graphic organizer. So make sure that you're doing that with every assignment, that you're going back into your graphic organizer and taking notes. Now, a couple of things that I want to point out here. If you notice, there's a read aloud tab. So if you click on that, it will actually
Jabari Unmasked
read it for you.
By Nikki Grimes, 2017.
So
Nikki Grimes is an African-American
author. So it's a helpful tool. Sometimes it helps to be hearing the text as you're reading along. So that's definitely something you're able to use, that tool there. Now the other thing I want to show you is this here, the highlighting tool. Now this one you can only use if you're using a laptop or a desktop. You can't use it on your phone or on an iPad. It has to be on desktop or laptop. But if you do have, if you're using it on a laptop, you can click on that, and if you notice, you get a little box here that says to select the text you want to highlight. So let's say that as you're reading, there's something that you want to make sure you highlight so that you can come back and put it in your graphic organizer. Then all you have to do is select the text. So let's say I'm going to select there. And then I can highlight it. It even gives me the option of colors if I want. So let's say I'm going to do orange today. And it's highlighted for me. So that way I can always come back to something that maybe found interesting or that I want to make sure I have to put in my graphic organizer. Okay, so the questions. Now the assessment questions can be a little tricky, I know. Okay, and so that's kind of what I want to focus on right now. Now if you notice, there's already some answers here because, like I said, I've completed the assignment, and what I did is I returned it to myself. So this is what you would see when you redo an assignment. Sadly, the system will not tell you which answers are wrong. They just show you the one you chose. But I'm going to give you some clues that will hopefully help you as you're going through the assessment questions, okay? So first thing, if you notice, anytime there's a part A, there's going to be a follow-up question to this particular question, okay? So you have to be extra careful with these because if you get the first part wrong, then the system will automatically count the second part wrong as well, okay? So you want to make sure that you read these questions carefully, okay? So this one says, which of the following best identifies a theme of the poem? So theme, we've talked about theme. The theme is basically the message that the author is trying to get across. Basically, the lesson that we are to learn, the lesson that the author wants us to learn. Now, if you notice, it says a theme. There's definitely more than one theme in this particular poem, but they want you to identify one of them. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, guys, you have to read all 4 options. Never, never, never read the first one, think it sounds right, and click on it without reading the rest. You want to make sure that you read all 4 answers, okay? Because sometimes you have to choose the best answer. There might be more than one that are both right, but which one is the best one, okay? So in this case, after having read the poem and having read the 4 answers, I decided that the best theme that I found in this poem is A. People of color often hide their identity due to the negative expectations of society. Okay, so I clicked on A and I go to the next one. So here's my follow-up question. If it's asking me which quote from the poem best supports the answer to part A. So if I'm saying that the theme of the poem is that people often hide their talents or their abilities because of the negative expectations of